The thoughts, opinions, and most importantly the perspectives expressed in this show are solely those of the participants including all guests, and do not reflect the opinions or practices of More Heights Media and or any of its production or advertising partners. Furthermore, More Heights Media does not endorse or condone all topics discussed during this broadcast. This show is purely for entertainment.
Were you passing gas around your wife later?
You have your moments.
Yeah. But it wasn't like a regular thing?
I don't think I'm that person on a regular. Like, what am I, just passing gas all the time? Like, what does that even mean? It wasn't a regular thing. Like, what is that? You wouldn't need a number how often I'm doing it? Scan the details. Goddamn.
Nah, just an idea, because some people don't do it at all. Some people are in-betweeners, and some people just let it go. And this guy's a let it goer.
Tell a confession about a time you looked through someone's phone.
Oh, yeah, no. All right.
Yeah,
continue.
What, you ain't got one? You've never done it?
I got a bunch of those.
So what, none of them are good though?
Well, am I the only one going to be answering?
Nah, I got one. I found a dick pic before.
Of someone else?
Oh, yeah.
Definitely wasn't mine. I've never seen one of those.
That's a pause. And everything seems like it's
going the way it's supposed to be.
You know what I mean?
Yeah, like mans are setting up to be like living good.
Yeah, exactly. And then same thing when you're saying the traveling. I've already traveled the world at this point. I'm not eliminating that from my life. That's not the plan. Like, I'm going to continue doing that. This guy's funny. But not entirely, but I get it.
Yeah.
That's when you guys need the Patreon.
Before you go, make sure you hit the like, subscribe, and notification buttons.
Anything you guys want us to talk about, up that in the comments.
And shout out to everyone that has been engaging.
That's what's up.
Brothers. I needed some time, bro. I was ready to come in here and then, yo, you were the last one in the washroom, right? Bro.
Give me some volume.
Why'd you have to do that, bro?
Yo, the one piece of gas I heard this guy let go, bro.
Like, really?
Bruh. And I said, yo, I'm keeping that shit on your knots. Don't edit that stuff out, eh?
This guy's all about the expose, dog.
You do that stuff in front of your girl, bro?
My girl or my wife?
Your wife.
Yeah.
Yeah, eh?
The fuck?
SB, where you at with those joints, yo?
Far from marriage.
What?
Far from a wife.
Yeah, but were you passing gas around your wife later?
You have your moments.
Yeah, eh? But it wasn't like a regular thing?
I don't think I'm that person on a regular. Like, what am I, just passing gas all the time? Like, what does that even mean? It wasn't a regular thing. Like, what is that? You wouldn't need a number how often I'm doing it? Scan the details. Goddamn.
Nah, just an idea, because some people don't do it at all. Some people are in-betweeners, and some people just let it go. And this guy's a let it goer.
Okay.
I'm not a let it goer still.
In your own home.
What do you mean? Oh, like
in your own home, in front of your wife, you wouldn't.
Yeah, but you're like a let it go anywhere?
I mean,
Hold up. Letting it go, first of all. What does that mean to you?
Just passing gas.
No. Because you know how you fart. Now we're getting technical. It could be like one of those silent ones that's not like gonna be violent.
No, my silent.
But then there's the silent but violent ones.
My silent, bro.
And then there's the loud. Yo, I want some attention. And that brings a different kind of shame. So what are we talking about right now? And comfort, for that matter.
That part.
Yeah.
Just, I don't know, man. Just any type of letting it go, yo.
Okay. Well, I'm nice enough to not
silence them?
The silent, violent ones. It depends on my mood, yo. Like, if I'm like, I don't really want to expose this right now. Let me go away. I mean, I don't want to destroy the filtration right now.
I'm about to get some. This might ruin it all.
Yeah. But then if the back blinds are open, you got some air coming in, then I'm not opposed to it as much. And then the loud ones. Then the loud, crazy ones, it's like...
I gotta go.
Do I want to make a little joke right now?
So wait.
Did I eat something that you made? Or ordered, I should say. Exactly.
So what are you more ashamed of, the sound or the smell?
Ooh. I think the sound becomes funny, so I'm not ashamed of it.
Yeah.
And then the smell is like, I'd be more ashamed of the smell. Yeah. I think it says more about, like, me. and then the stereotyping. I don't want to be affiliated with that. I don't want that association. I don't want that connection. Yeah. I'd rather take the humor than the smelly guy. Yeah. Shout out LA Fitness.
Yo, that's like, yo.
Bavarian Airport.
Yo.
Yeah, I went there.
So what? She's just cool with it. She just accepted it from very
Bro, I
early on
can't. You know what? If she was here, she'd probably air me the fuck out. Yo,
and say what?
It was a thing at one point because when I'm at home, I'm at home. Like I don't whatever. But like there's times where she's like, yo, you like really? You had to do it like that. You had to do it here. You had to do it like you couldn't move. You couldn't.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's a good conversation. Does it go beyond that though? Like you should hit her with a rebuttal that she ain't expecting. She probably gets a shrug from you.
No,
like, it's my house.
It's been 6 years. At this point, like, I don't want to say she gave up, but like...
No, I mean, like, what's your response to that? You have to do it here? What are you saying? That you just shrugging your shoulder and saying, I pay for the house or something like that? It's my house. I think you should hit her up with something different. Like, maybe if you cook something healthier, I wouldn't be doing this right now.
I hit her with one of those.
Yeah. Oh, how'd that one go?
I mean, but I'm joking and what I'm not.
No, of course. I don't want you to be serious.
It's a little bit of a back and forth, but it's
okay, so there's a little bit of evolution in the conversation.
Yo, we're married. Like, come on. Like, it's not a heater. Like, it's not like a back and forth. It's a little, I mean, it's not like a ongoing thing. It's
when did you get comfortable enough in your marriage to start this? Like, do you remember the first time you did it and the first reaction she gave you?
I do, and I'm not going to elaborate on that.
Come on.
Nah.
Yo.
Funny how these...
Speak your perspective, bro.
Come on.
Nah.
Bro. You're not showing up this week,
hit the no
bro.
face.
You're not showing up this week, bro. Like, come on.
There's certain things you got to keep in the matrimonial home.
I can respect that.
And that's where it's going to stay.
To a degree.
Help the people out a little bit, bro. Knots
So
coming to you next.
You just swallow it, pause. Like, you just like, you keep it in as much as you can.
Yeah.
Build up your digestive system.
Nah.
Yeah, like I'm not messing myself up.
How do you keep it in? Like, what does that even mean? Pause.
Like, I don't know. I don't know. I can control it, I guess. It's like...
Would you say the same thing about your shits? Like, are you one of those guys that waits too long before you gotta go? And then it's like, oh, fuck, I better go?
Nah. Especially now. Ever since I started, like, consuming a lot more plant-based food, it's like regular bowel movements.
When did you start consuming plant-based diet?
Like 2018, 2019.
So how were you before that? You'd hold it?
It was around that time, right?
About,
yeah.
That's impressive.
Earliest was 2017. I think it was 2018. I think it was the beginning of 2018.
I wouldn't say
maybe like March 2018.
18 is fair.
Yeah.
Okay. Bowel movements are regular.
Oh,
okay.
buddy, are they ever? Like, world of difference. Because I remember back in the day when I was going like twice a week, if that, bro.
What?
Okay.
Bruh.
All right, check this out.
Like, I had some irregular bowel movements back in the day, bro, when I was younger.
But
I know people who are growing into like adulthood. I remember it coming up in a conversation in the neighborhood, and I was like, "Oh shit, like you too?" type joints. Like,
pun intended.
Yours were that bad?
Yeah.
What were you gonna say? I'm
gonna make this like a attention hogging moment. I didn't drink coffee for all of March, and I went back to that where it's like twice a week. Or like super hard and it's just not comfortable.
Yeah, but coffee's a natural accident.
No, I know that.
That's actually why I went back to why I started consuming it. And I'm like, oh yeah, that was a part of the reason. So that month reminded me of not experiencing it. April 1st comes, I drink my first coffee after a month. Oh my God, I've been shitting amazing.
Yeah.
Yeah. Like so free flow.
What's your vegetable intake like?
Decent. Like it's so all of March, I didn't touch meat unless eggs is in that category, which it is for some people, but like I didn't touch meat either. But that's not necessarily a good thing. It was like lots of carbs and lots of like cheese and stuff. And I just want to bring back one more other conversation too, as I continue this hog rant. Do you still go to gyms? Like, do you still go out for your workouts and any of that stuff?
No. I want to, but no.
Can I cut you off for a second?
Yeah. The intro.
Bring
her up, but what?
Yeah.
Did we even do an intro?
www.bodyammo.ca.
No, it's too busy exposing me.
Oh, right.
That was the first order of business.
Zealous, authentic pictures. All that mixed magic audio and video behind the scenes. Keep him booked.
Oh, yeah, right.
Keep him busy.
Damn, bro. You're slipping, bro.
I'm slipping. You went straight to insults without even doing the intro.
I know.
I just followed suit. Let's get through it at me.
I'll give you that one.
Find me on Instagram sometimes at What's Up Button. I might start posting more regular, but we'll see, y'all.
Now let's get it all in perspective.
Back over there, he goes by the name of SB the Student. Find him on Instagram at SB the Student.
That's right.
But we'll talk about the book club later. What were you trying to get to now?
I guess you don't go to gyms, but I need the audience input on this one.
Oh, not his. Whatever. Knots is over here pointing like.
No face, no face, no face.
Because I gave you that one earlier, so I guess I just forgot about you altogether.
Face, mom.
I've just noticed this, so I want to bring it up. So I
this
brought.
Guy's just totally cutting off the man's
Oh
intro,
shit!
bro.
Sorry, I missed it again.
Maybe
Edit
we
point.
need a reset.
Edit point. I think it's a T.
Decked out in his Blue Jays this week, yo.
Not just the Blue Jays, but we can get into that later.
Oh, there's a specific name on the back?
Specific name, specific number.
I'll be getting paid for that.
It should.
That part. Face. Find him on Twitter. Or X, sorry. X, I guess is what they're calling it these days. What's the handle again?
At Just Face.
Just Face.
Have you posted on there yet?
Only going out this year.
Oh, you know what? Let me start following. Let's make this official. You guys copy suit.
I don't even know if I can log into my X right now, but
Yeah, it's scamma. Give the name again.
At Just Face. JUS. Face.
At Just
you got to put the ad in there.
Face.
I don't think so.
Just Face. The only thing that comes up for me, Just Face, is some random guy named Spider Justin.
How do you
011. He's a gamer.
Only going out this year.
What's your full name on there?
JUS, not JUST.
You're slow, bro. What were you trying to say before? What are we getting to?
It's not important. The time's gone.
All right. I guess you don't want all that attention anymore, huh?
I'll take it. All right, I'll take it. Now that you put it that way.
Nah, it's okay. I think we're good still.
I think it's interesting.
Is it?
Remember how, like, going into stereotypes, how some of these LA fitnesses are known for, like, people smelling there? Mm-hmm. I don't think it's that bad anymore. So if it's in reference to South Asians, which was a stereotype joke that I was alluding to with, oh yeah, LA Fitness, air put in Bavaria. I think they got the memo. Because what I've noticed, like, going to the gym more regularly now and going to various locations, I don't think it's that bad anymore. So the non-Asians, the non-South Asians, where are you at with that? Would you agree or would you not agree? Are we over some of this this stereotype? Have we evolved since? I mean, he can't say nothing, so he's got to hit a button.
If you're in the GTA and need your car detailed, visit Speckless Pro Auto Detail. They specialize in both exterior and interior cleaning, including headlight restoration and salt stain removal. Book online at www.specklessprodetailing.com or call 416-262-0702. Don't accept anything less. Visit Speckless. You're like, what are you gonna do with that kind of money?
Ask Bill Gates. Ask Elon. Ask.
Well, the first thing he did is he put his primary residence in Florida now.
That's what Vladdy did?
That's what I heard.
Yeah,
and it's tax-free state. So ask that question again. What is he going to do with all that money? But he's making the right business decisions, as it seems. So shout out to him for that.
Yeah,
You gotta like lawyer up and get a good accountant.
You gotta think further.
But I mean, he's got his dad in the game.
Guys ain't slipping, huh?
Why? You shouldn't be. You shouldn't be.
His father's in the game, which I guess adds a lot from a baseball perspective. I'd be curious what he learned from the business side that he was able to pass on to his son.
I think he's passing on all that.
I'd agree.
You know what I mean?
Yeah, I'd agree.
Especially knowing where the market is now and what he's worth, he's
these
done.
Dominicans are about to take over the world, yo.
At least on the diamond.
Bruh. They're going to start buying all these islands.
But yeah, no, I'm pleased with the signing. I'm glad it got done. You can argue it's definitely the biggest signing in franchise history. And you can argue it's the biggest signing in any Toronto franchise. We've never... When has a superstar, not a star, but a superstar committed long-term to Toronto?
Does DeRozan count as a superstar?
Superstar. No disrespect.
Yeah, no disrespect, yeah.
But let's be real, superstar. You know, and he hasn't committed. I know.
Matthews. Austin Matthews.
True. And I was thinking about it, that's the only one, but at the same time, he's not getting paid like Vladdy.
That part, not even close.
He's not getting paid like Vladdy.
Not even close.
But he's given the commitment. He's given the commitment, and I mean, I'm not to digress too far, but you can argue he could beat Ovechkin if he keeps up the trajectory and whatnot, because he's always, with the past 3-4 years, he's always been the number one goal scorer in the league. So
so we're jumping straight to the OV, or sticking?
No. And that's why I said not to digress. But we can get to that. But it had to get done. The deal had to get done. If the deal didn't get done and Vladdy walked, Ross Atkins would be out of a job, and possibly Shapiro. Guaranteed. So? Yes. There's no reason you shouldn't sign him. You can't have somebody who's grown in the franchise. He's been a Blue Jay his entire career. Mm-hmm. He's a superstar. You're in the Ohtani runnings, you're in the Soto runnings, and you have someone who's homegrown, wants to play here, and is of that caliber, and you're not gonna sign him?
Yeah.
You have to do it. You have to do it. So I'm glad it got done. He's gonna retire a Blue Jay unless some crazy stuff goes down. I know the fans are happy. I'm happy. And you know, it's gratifying from a fan standpoint because, again, Toronto never really had a superstar wanting to commit. Now we have that commitment. So naturally, you're optimistic about the future.
So when you say homegrown, what do you mean by that?
He came in the minor leagues, the farm system, as a Blue Jay. He was always a Blue Jay.
I didn't know that. So I was actually watching the game yesterday as they were playing, and I'm hanging out with a few friends that actually play basketball or play baseball and watch it. And this guy was signed when he was 16 for $3.9 million.
Yeah, exactly. Can you imagine? That's how much these baseball playing mofos are making, yo.
So not just that, but you're like, what's he gonna do with all this money? He's had that money.
You're
but that's
16.
Peanuts. That's peanuts
compared to exactly
when you know your worth and when you know your value.
I agree.
But at 16, it's a lot of dough.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Exactly. So I'm just comparing it. So he's not completely new to the money, but I understand the scale and the difference, right? But in comparison to age, right?
Yeah.
Number one. But shout out to whoever the scouts were to dive that in depth, to start going internationally and seeing the potential in somebody at that age, considering the father and all that stuff. I get it. But 16 and already offering him millions and being like, this is the plan that we're going to put this guy on. See the business strategy there? Like like that, to me, that's phenomenal. And now, so they built him up, they're building him up. And this isn't something that they just did yesterday. Like, how old is he now?
26.
Yeah. So that was 10 years ago that they already started planting the seed.
Oh, for sure. Sure.
Do you think discipline can like, you're paying for discipline at this point that has gotten this person there? You know what I mean?
That's
that's
a valid perspective.
So it's a part of it for sure. But you're investing in everything. When you dump that amount, you're investing in everything.
Yeah.
But discipline obviously is.
But do you think people recognize the value in discipline alone? Because it takes a lot of discipline to do anything, to achieve anything, to be great at anything.
I think athletes do.
I think so.
I wouldn't say just athletes. The athletes probably more than anything.
The one that exactly. The ones that want to pursue greatness. Yeah. The average guy that this is just a job for them, I don't think the discipline would be the same.
But naturally, he's trying to make a mark too. He's trying to get a ring. His father never got a ring, so he's trying to bring a ring home to the family. Obviously for himself, naturally, but for the fam, you know?
I know.
Go ahead.
Like it's still the early worms for the Blue Jays. Like
for sure.
Just started.
From
what we've seen thus far, it looks like they might be going somewhere this season. I know it's very early.
I wouldn't say
but
I wouldn't say World Series, but like I wouldn't think a playoff berth is out of reach.
Yeah.
I would like to think it would be.
And you think this Vladdy deal just put a battery in his back too?
I think it put a battery in the whole franchise.
Yeah, because now a lot of players know it's like, all right, the man them shelled out for Vladdy.
Yeah.
If I could put up my numbers a little bit, the man them might shell out for me too.
And not only that, he's not going anywhere.
Yeah.
So if I stay here, I know at least he's going to be here, and we have a shot because we have this superstar running it.
Now I care.
Yeah. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
All the noise, all the distractions are out of the way. Now we can focus on doing.
I think the Leafs are going to make a deep run in the playoffs.
I think so too.
I think this is the year the Leafs are go far still.
And Boston's out of the way. Boston's out of the way too. So that's something. That's the monkey that we could never like get off the back. Like it always be we beat up with Boston, Dashway, every single year. Even when we have home advantage and whatever. So. It's a good.
I like the example that you made right now for baseball, though, for the rest of the players to know, A, that I can make this kind of money, so the incentive's there, and then B, to know that this superstar is on this team for X amount of years, right? So they're not just, moving pieces around, like they're building something up.
Yep.
And again, I don't watch baseball, but I enjoyed the last game yesterday with what's his name, Kevin Gausman. Gausman, there you go. The strikeouts.
He's sick, bro.
Yeah.
Oh my goodness.
Sick.
I'm not gonna lie, from a guy that doesn't watch baseball, I was very intrigued.
But remember I said I couldn't understand why Gausman wasn't the opening day pitcher, because that to me is the ace on the staff.
There's so many.
I don't get it.
Barrios, I think, oh man, I should have brought up that stat. But Barrios racks it up too, bro.
All right.
He racks it up too. And it's I'm happy with either one.
Barrios the guy that they brought in on the 11th inning? And switch them?
No.
That was just someone random?
No.
He's a starting pitcher.
He's a starter.
Okay, gotcha.
So in baseball, there's usually a rotation of a starting five. So they just go through.
I'm learning. That's why they get paid less. They play less games.
Well, it depends. Yeah. Because there's a lot of positions.
Yeah. But I think to the point that I was trying to make, now the whole team is getting hyped up.
Oh, for sure.
And there's a thing that's contagious. Like your excitement to be somewhere, and then the level that you start playing at, and then the whole concept competition, but then the whole concept of iron sharpens iron.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
And it's like, okay, so let me show my skills now.
Yep.
Yeah. But he's got to work on his celebration after pitching them out. Like the way that he flexes, it just seems weird. Like I wish he was more excited, or he worked on it a little bit better. Like he just does something weird that doesn't signify what he did. I don't know. Maybe I'm off with it. I wish I had a video to show it, but yeah.
Yeah, he's taking in some baseball. Good to hear. I guess you want to stick with some sports, because
we can go to the OV.
That part.
You can go to the OV.
Because Alex Ovechkin, just beat Wayne Gretzky's record for most goals scored in the NHL. SB, you heard about that?
Yeah.
How you feel about it?
Records are meant to be broken.
Yeah. First off, respect due, salute,
yes,
all that.
But he's Russian.
I know. It would have been real good for another Canadian to break the record.
Respect, dude.
Crosby doesn't rack up goals like that. He's more like he's skilled. He's skilled and he's great.
Being a goal scorer.
Yeah, but he's great. But I couldn't help, and I rate Ovi. I rate Ovechkin. Salute again, but it's just like as the run was coming closer and closer, I was like, bro, run out of steam. Come on, like
how old is he?
Oh, I don't know how old he is.
I think he's 40. No,
I was gonna say
he's 40. He's 40 now.
late 30s.
So
40s.
he's got like max a season or two in him, like left.
Basically,
at this point.
Basically,
okay. So he beat it. He didn't shatter. He shouldn't go on to shatter it.
So this is the thing. He tied Gretzky. In one less game that it took Gretzky to beat it, and then he beat it in the same amount of games that it took Gretzky to get that record is the same amount of games that he beat the record.
Okay.
So when you do the math, it's like it's pretty much equivalent. Although Gretzky has some records where no one's going to touch him because he has like a season where 90 goals in one season. No one's touching that because Austin Matthews is the closest one, and I don't even think did he even get 70 last year. Yeah, like he's the number one guy right now, and he didn't even get 70. So it's like, and even Gretzky, I think Gretzky said he was on a talk show and he was just like, Yeah, I don't think no one's touching that.
So going back to your original question,
39.
going back to how important is discipline, I mean, this might just get the next Canadian ready to want to bring the record back, or maybe it takes a parent to start putting that into their kids. Maybe the coach sees this, like, you're going to need discipline to break this one. And then it just takes away the people that are just as a career.
Need everything. You need everything. You need the talent.
Oh, for sure.
You need the support from young. Yeah. Because hockey's not a poor man's.
No,
definitely not a poor man's sport.
It's not a poor man's sport. So you need that support from, if it's not a parent, a guardian, you need that support going in. Yeah. Just to have that level of trajectory. Yeah. Mm-hmm. And then father time, man. Father time and a little bit of luck needs to be on your side.
I'd say a lot of luck.
Basically. Like, it's not like that type of level. Yeah. It's not, you know.
I think people underestimate how much luck actually plays a role in this whole thing. Oh, yeah. Finding the right coach at the right time. The right team. Understands chemistry. Chemistry.
Because all it takes is another location. You get traded, shipped out somewhere. That's a wrap. And you don't, and that's it. Like, it could easily just derail your whole momentum, your whole trajectory.
Yeah. Quick question. Does Rex still rate PK?
That's a good question. I don't think so, because it's hockey.
Do we accept PK?
I rate PK.
Yeah, but is PK a Rex man, though?
He is a Rex man.
Yeah, I know, but is he claiming, or do we claim PK like that? I don't know. How many people know him personally like that, though?
Yeah, on that point. I mean, get me caught up. Who's PK? The hockey player?
PK Subban, yeah.
Oh, okay.
From Rexdale.
Yeah.
He went to Humberwood.
He went to Humberwood?
I'm pretty sure he went to Humberwood.
He was there that long?
He went to Humberwood.
I don't know.
I mean, Wayne Gretzky was at West Humber.
Yeah.
Are we claiming him?
Yeah.
We should take out this whole segment.
Yeah, are we claiming Wayne Gretzky?
I mean, he was at West Humber.
Bro.
I had a teacher that was his
exactly. The way he's carrying on right now. Because
what happened?
He's getting shit all over too right now. Because his ties to Trump. Man's out here chilling with Trump. Like that's his homie. Oh. Man got big problems, yo. They threw shit at his statue in Edmonton.
Bro.
Like, feces.
Can you imagine?
Man, them threw shit at Wayne Gretzky.
A Canadian legend.
That's crazy. I'm not surprised. I'm not surprised.
Yo, and that's another thing. Like, people think Americans are patriotic and Canadians are just like...
Yeah, Canadians are bang, bro.
Yeah, yo.
We'll bang on you. You're from here, but you're doing us different. Yo, we'll bang on you, bro.
Yeah.
What?
That's interesting.
Feces.
I wonder if it was just some Americans that did it.
Why? Why?
I don't know.
Why?
I just want to build up some sort of controversy here, or some sort of conspiracy.
I don't know. No, but I even though Wayne's out here getting trampled by Canadians right now, so I still didn't want to see Ovechkin beat the record. I'd rather something like that to me should be held by Canadians. Yeah, it's like hockey's been our sport.
Yeah,
it's just, it's. Of all the things that are happening in the world right now, we just gave that to Russia. Like, come on. Like, if we're talking World War, these are one of those, I'm moving my chess piece type joints. Like, well, I got that on you.
You know, Putin, had a...
Because that's something that's hard to achieve.
Very.
Yeah, notice when I made his association with West Humber, Mr. Nacky went and used the example of what's happening to a statue. But when he goes into Canada, then he's like, nah, I didn't want him to break the record. Yeah, I just want to point that out.
I mean, I've been claiming Gretzky still, but whatever.
I've always bigged him up, and I'm not gonna lie. Like, the feelings were there. I was like, that sucks. Like, it's not ours anymore. But at the same time, like, not bigging up Gretzky now.
Yeah,
not bigging him up now. No,
damn it.
Nah, nah, bro.
If another Russian had to have the title, who would you rather be? Like, is there any other Russian player that you like? Because I have a Russian player that I used to mess with back in the day. Still,
I don't know if he's Russian or not.
The Russian Rocket.
That part.
Nuts. You know what a Russian Rocket is, bro?
You gotta give me.
But it wasn't. No, wait. See, okay, I rate him too.
Pavel Bure.
I rate him too.
Boy Pavel.
I rate him too, but I rate Jaromir Jagr. But I don't know if he's Russian.
Jagr's not Russian.
He's not.
Nah. Jagr's not Russian. Nah.
But
that guy played forever too.
Forever.
Yago, he's like one of those Yugoslavia countries.
Czechoslovakia.
I think it's one of them, bro. He ain't Russian. But Pavel Bure was my hockey player friend back in the day,
day,
bro. Yeah, man. I was a Pavel Bure fan still. When the man used to play for Vancouver.
Yeah.
You watched hockey like that?
Bro.
Yo, back in the day.
I had my feet.
Back in the day,
sport,
Albion
bro.
Heights, bro. Shout out Albion Heights. Anybody that went to Albion Heights at any time.
That part.
But
Only going up this year.
all mans were in hockey. Grade 1, 2, 3, you knew about your hockey.
I still have my hockey cards.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
Yeah, and we played too. Yeah.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, we played too. Yeah.
Oh yeah.
I would even say up to like grade 4.
5, I'd say 5, 6.
Oh, we played for a while.
Yeah,
we played
yeah,
up
yeah,
until
yeah.
middle school.
Yeah.
Nah, middle school,
Roller
I played
hockey,
basketball.
and then even just street hockey.
Yeah.
And then some of the guys would go into actually skating and playing in a league and stuff like that.
Yeah.
Yeah, didn't go that far.
No, I didn't go that far.
yeah, exactly.
Even skating was a little challenging for me, to be honest.
I was doing karate at that point. Yeah.
Baseball. Yeah, eh?
Yeah.
I could wait, you played hockey? Like you legit skates, hockey stick,
House league.
puck.
Yeah.
Yeah, eh?
3, 4.
Woo. See, you got that old money, eh?
That part. Yo, what type of like?
Did you guys notice about
How
it?
you living in Orpington but you're playing hockey? Like, what are we on out here, bro?
No, Greenhome had a team.
Under the
Say what?
mattress, eh?
Greenhome had a team.
How what?
What?
Yeah, man. So
What is this guy talking about?
the-
Are you talking about
It's
those
like
little
intramurals.
clubs where they play in the
Yeah, it's guys talking about intramurals or
Talk
something.
to Dippy. Yeah, man. Like, so Greenhome, okay, I should say Greenhome didn't have a team.
Oh, that was a quick
but
correction.
Greenhome was affiliated with a house league. So there was, an external coach
Yeah,
that came
eh?
to our school and recruited us and we used to play, man.
Yo, that
Yeah,
other side of
played for 2
Martin Grove
years.
is different, bro.
Trophies.
Bruh. How we this big old age and we just learning this now?
Yo,
How long did that last before they pulled the money?
It was only 2 years for me.
Yeah,
that part. The hockey. Nah, we picked the wrong sport. Run that back. Run that back. Get them some basketball courts.
Like what did the team include? Like ethnicity wise.
It's
Cricket
that's
players.
the town. That's all black. What? There was how many white kids could have been there?
Next time I go to my mom, I'll find a picture.
Yo, there we go.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I want to
White
see that.
guys, you know.
Yeah, I know. There's a couple ones. Yeah,
I wanna know who made the
white
team.
guys. Yeah.
Or were they just dominated by black people there
No, it
too?
was just us.
I love it.
Black
Did you have a white bread? You had a white bread in the Rexdale?
That's a really good question.
You never had a white bread in you?
I'm trying to think.
You had a white bread?
Yeah.
Who was your white
The
bread?
one too. Shout out Nick Anastasia.
Woo, big up Nick.
shout
Yo,
out Nick
find that guy
Anastasia.
somewhere, bro.
Shout out Nick
Find Nick
Anastasia.
somewhere, yo.
Nick's
Yeah.
cool.
Craig, remember Craig?
Craig.
Craig was my homie for a little
Craig
bit, dog.
Osborne.
Craig was my dog for a little bit, bro.
Craig.
Find that guy, yo.
When you were associating with your Dutch side,
Yeah, sure. Ha.
no? Then you just became too Jamaican for him.
All right,
I'm curious. What happened? What happened to that friendship?
Now we used to do karate together.
Oh,
And we went to the
Yes,
same
I
school
remember
together.
that. I remember that.
And we went to the same school
I remember
together.
that. Yeah.
And he and I used to do the remember how the kindergartens used to have the cars?
Yeah.
He-
Man.
He and I were the ones that would drive them out in the morning time.
Oh, okay.
Yo.
Oh, yeah, man.
Sickest thing
Yo,
in elementary
people would
school,
fight
dog.
for them joints.
Bruh.
Bro, there was like 4 or 5. 2 of them were like beat down. So you're literally gunning for like 3. Man, the war is that you want those cars, bro. Because you're not letting them go for the whole recess. Bro. You're not letting that shit go. Holy, bro.
This guy knows the runnings, bro.
How
It
you
wasn't a
mean?
joke. So there was a shed outside
Yeah.
that they would keep them locked up in. So Craig and I would have to show up 20 minutes, 30 minutes earlier before school to take them all out of the shed. And even those rules to get to be able to do that job, enough man wanted the job, This is when we were grade 4, grade 3 or something, grade 4, whatever. And at the end of the week, we used to get a Mr. Big chocolate bar every week. Craig was my homie, bro. Knots, you never had one? Oh, well, until you got called a nigger and then...
Oh, don't do that, bro.
That is like the fireball. Give me the volume. It's a fireball of Duke. This is like nonsense. It's like he's on the last strip of energy. He's on the last strip of energy, and you just went boom.
Oh, man.
You'd have to go back and watch one of those old episodes. Knots told a story, but
I I don't have the same connection. Like the only thing that I can remember is when I was in England in grade 1, my best friends were white.
Okay.
And typical names though, like I won't even remember the last names, Michael and Robert.
Paul, George.
Yeah, sure. So that ended there. Once I moved here, I don't remember any white people in Melody Village right now, other than the teachers. So that just never happened. Most of my friends that are white were either on my street, because we had all different ethnicities out there. Shout out Cinnerick Bar. And then I don't think it started in school until like college. And then that's
college was a culture shock.
Yeah,
college was definitely
you guys want to talk about culture
shock.
shock. Culture shock. I just went so many different ways with culture shock.
Yeah. I was gonna ask you, did you experience a culture shock when you came here?
Yeah. But I was too young to recognize it.
Okay. I can see that.
I was too young to recognize it.
I can see that.
Yeah. But then going from West Humber to a private school,
bruh.
Oh my God.
Oh, yeah,
that's culture shock.
Yeah.
And then going from a private school in Rexdale to Peel.
Culture shock again.
Huge.
Yeah.
And it was just like, as I reflect back now, I can see how it started to change my identity and how I started to notice beyond what I knew.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like,
just going to Mississauga alone helped me
hell yeah.
start changing my
hell yeah. It's so different now though, but like back then it was just
for
like,
sure. 100%.
Like, why do you dress like that? Like they'll ask me, why do you like
100%.
And then I gotta ask myself, why do I dress like that? Like,
I started drinking wine because of a Mississauga girl.
Are you serious?
John knows, dog, out one day, started drinking wine. I was like, yeah, hey, like maybe I should start changing over from the Hennessy and shit. The Hypnotic, the Alizé, the Goldschlager.
Yeah, man.
Like, you remember those joints?
What do you mean, bro?
Bruh.
Canadian shirt.
Who? Yeah, I never used to drink that one, but I remember Madam used to draw for that too.
How you mean, bro?
Damn, yo. But yeah, no, I started drinking wine. Shiraz was the first wine that I started drinking.
Yeah,
and from there, bro. But yeah, and you know what annoys me too though is the way Americans don't even respect that about us Canadians.
What part?
Like that we experience some of these exact same things because it's like they're so ignorant to our experience still to like hear them make some of these comments sometimes. And I'm like, yo, what do you guys really think it's like up here?
I think you're giving it too much attention,
bruh.
But it's real though.
It is. But then, can we say the same thing about like the way that you look at the states? Because you're putting the states as like it's one thing. Like you think Texas is the same as New York?
How many Americans?
Or you think Cleveland's the same as Seattle?
So let me ask you this.
You know,
how many Americans do you think know the Canadian national anthem?
None. Like a very small percentage. But
how
why would
many
they?
Canadians do you think can sing the American national anthem?
That's different.
Why?
But a lot more.
Why is so?
Because of the sports that we consume. Duh. Like they play it on everything that we watch. Like that's more a part of it. But you watch a major boxing fight, likely there's an American there. You watch a big sporting event like the NFL's games, all right, it's likely happening there.
That's
NHL, okay, happening there.
Point.
NBA, happening there. Like it's in your face all the time.
That's a big point.
But my point is, in rebuttal is, I think your point of view of Americans is also limited. Because you look at them this one way. Meanwhile, the states are completely different.
He's not putting them all. Obviously, someone from Texas is different from Cali, is different from New York, is different from Florida. But I think he's saying the overall ignorance, all those people, all those Americans that from states I just named and everywhere in between, for the most part, not all, but for the most part, have no idea what's going on in Canada. Like the slightest. No, it's real though. Like the slightest.
It's so real, and I can give you my experience. Back in the day,
but why should they?
Back in the day, we used to go to Florida every single year, every single summer. So I used to hoop with them guys down there.
Yeah,
and I remember
when you gave up on the hockey dream,
discover something new, and they were choosing teams, right? All right, I got this guy, I got this girl, whatever it may be. So when they came to me, dude's just like, all right, I got...
Not the Canadian.
No, didn't know. He didn't know. He's just like, all right, I got you. He's just like, what's your name? So I told him my name. And he's just like, yo, you sound different. Where you from? So I told him I'm from Toronto. Now, this was back in the day when Vince used to play for us. And he's just like, Toronto.
Where's that?
Where's Toronto?
Yeah.
In Cali.
Like,
Isn't there Toronto, Ontario, and Cali or something like that?
And the man said, Toronto as in South Carolina?
Yeah, there you go.
So I'm just like, nah, Toronto, Vince Carter. He's just like, oh, really? Wait, where's that? I'm just like, Canada. Just like, Canada? So you all the way from out there? I didn't even know Toronto's in Canada. So it's like, and then the man had the nerve to say, yo, is it true that y'all live in igloos out there and play hockey?
I think
no.
That is a narrative, though.
I think that stereotype is gone now.
Yeah.
But that was a legit question for up into the 90s, early 2000s. Like a legit question,
I would argue that they still think that we leave our doors unlocked. Remember when that documentary came out?
What documentary?
There was a documentary that we watched where they showed a bunch of Canadian couples where they're like, oh yeah, we leave our front door unlocked. You guys don't remember that?
Weird. I mean, well, that's just it. They could have been living in Saskatchewan.
Yeah.
It ain't like that in Toronto.
I was going to say, I'm pretty sure there's certain places up north, east, west, that they probably still do that.
That's what I mean.
That's not happening here.
Yeah.
It's definitely not happening here.
Not now.
I've never grown up with my door open. Never. Born, raised Rex, but at the same time,
I'm gonna look up the documentary.
I'm just curious to know whether the perspective of a young person right now who might be 22, 20, whatever, even 18, let's call it, early adulthood, if their lens on like Toronto would be the same as ours, to realize just how small our city was back then to Americans, even versus now, or if their peer group, even whatever friends they have across the border, looks at Toronto as like a major city.
I think now they do.
You think they'd consider it major? I think
now.
I think how many young people do you, exactly? Like how many young people are like in London, in the UK or whatever,
outside of the States,
like,
maybe
wanting to come to Toronto? Like Toronto's a destination city.
Thanks to Drake.
Now.
Thanks to Drake.
The big part,
Thanks to OVO Fest.
Yeah.
Thanks to Carabana.
Montreal's up there too, though. A lot of people are going there for their batch parties as well. It's known as like a party city.
Thanks to the Raptors for winning our championship.
That's what it is, though.
Yeah, because when they showed that
we were on a nice wave. Yeah. Nice wave.
Thanks to Batista with that bat flip.
Yeah.
Can't forget.
Yeah, we had a
moments.
honestly, 2015 to 2020 was a nice run. Nice 5-year run for Toronto.
So think about what you're mentioning right there in connection with why Americans know more about Toronto. So when I said, why should they know? What I'm trying to say is what interests are you associating them with? What is Canada really known for at this point that would, perk their interest? So a part of that is the sports and media success. Drake, again, goes without saying, but let's just say it so someone could hit this and we could make it jump in the algorithm. But okay, there's that. Then there's all the other pop people, the Celine Dion's, the Alanis Morissette's,
Shania Twain,
all that, right? So so you got the music side. And then we brought up Gretzky already. Okay, so he's dominating, he's Canadian, that's hockey. And Crosby and whoever else followed, right? And then you said Vince. Oh, you know where Vince is from? Because there wasn't as many, I guess, like Canadians in basketball at that level at that time. But Toronto's got the Raptors. So that's in the NBA. They know about that. And Vince Carter was killing it at that point, winning the slam dunk contest and just putting Toronto on the map to a degree, right? And then when you say the UK, or like this is just the demographic that we're talking about, but there's a lot of businesses that are coming out of here. So if that's what you're looking for, people were looking for that too. # BlackBerry, like that was the thing, internationally speaking. So it's give and take, but I think now we're just getting more exposure with the stuff that we have to offer. And even at this point with the election right now, it's a whole nother realm that's got a whole bunch of eyes on us.
Can't forget about Rob Ford.
R.I.P.
I was going to say that. John knows I was going to say that. And then I was like, I'll leave it alone.
Okay, from that perspective, I see what you're talking about.
I think we should take a break, but 30 seconds, book club, what's up? Like,
I'll need more than 30 seconds to do after this.
Yeah, but how much you time to talk about the book club, though?
I don't know. Give me like a couple of minutes.
This guy needs minutes. I just like, what's a quick update with the book club?
I don't like this energy, yo. How about you do your artist of the week right now? Give me a quick artist of the week.
I knew it.
See what I'm saying, though?
Are you looking to refinance this year? Make home improvements? Need a new mortgage? No problem. If you are in the GTA, don't wait. Book a one-on-one consultation with Suresh Ravindran at 416-953-8073. Know all the options available to you. Yeah, SB, bro. What's up with the book club, brother?
Yeah, the book club is dope. Right now we're going over The Anxious Generation by Jonathan Haidt. And, in my opinion, every parent should read this right now, especially if you have an adolescent in like between 10 and 19, or if you were an adolescent in the age of like when 2010 occurred. A lot of different things are going on. Remember when millennials were the young guys and like everybody would just like mention millennials, they got all this going on.
Yeah.
And then now Generation Z or Z is from 2010 till 2024. The information in this book is pertaining to them, and you're going to need it for your kids too, man, with this new generation Alpha, which is coming out. But my question would be, how do you guys feel, or what do you guys think you're going to need to parent your kids in this new world, even though we're equipped with what our parents had to teach us? And I think some of those tools he gives them in this book, but it's like a double-edged question, because some of it's just going to be, what do you resort to?
Need in what sense? Like just a mental standpoint?
Everything, brother. Mental, what to talk them into, what to talk them out of, how to give them a moral compass, what devices to take away from them, limiting or their beliefs and morals with social acceptance.
But I feel like it would have been the same thing for any generation. You're just adding computers at this point, and for them to be more tech savvy.
Nah. No.
Or because a bunch of bullies online now have to teach you how to handle that stuff from early.
See, like that's a smaller scale for sure. But them being consumed by not the cyberbullying per se, but just the light intake, the social identity of making friends only online versus not having social skills to do it in real life.
Yo.
Right? So there's that part of it. Understanding how they're developing.
As they mature, you mean?
Everything. Adolescence 10. I mean, yeah, so you're 10 now. And
yeah, but most kids are still in school at 10. So what, if you don't have friends, you don't need friends at school, you can just have your online friends?
You know what it is? Some people don't have friends when they're 10. You just have people that you know at school, and that's it. That's all it's limited to. There's no there's no after school activity where you're with this friend again. I think parents are going to have to start understanding social activities more and understanding, okay, well, school's doing this. They're at home. They're consuming the tablet, the phone, online, whatever. But let me put them into these activities more so they could understand how to build these skills that they're not otherwise evolving into or utilizing or understanding that they need. All right? Because school is limited.
Yeah, but do you think that's an understanding that parents didn't have before? And they were just bringing their kids to these after-school activities just for their own, like...
I think...
it just...
The free
just interest? Like, just try to explore an interest? Like, just...
Partially, but I didn't think they had to depend on it as much because kids would go out.
Yeah.
There wasn't this addiction to this device in the house.
Oh, so no...
To the extreme that it is now.
Okay, so then, what does bother me then... Mm-hmm. is when you see the kids out at a restaurant with the tablet.
Okay.
That's what I think to me is a bit extreme. Like, you shouldn't have to do that because that's a different connection that, like, they're never going to be able to get to let go of.
Yeah.
Because that's when they're supposed to be social.
Yeah.
So if they're at the restaurant on the tablet, it's like, so they just don't socialize at all? Like, you have to force them to socialize at that point then?
So again...
Because that's something I've seen a fair bit of.
Oh yeah,
I think that's a great point. To be honest with you,
because have you ever done that? Are you ever guilty of that?
I can say, going back to West Humber, shout out Mr. Cullen. We did a concert, steel band concert, packed up the joint. We're going back to the school, and literally got in. We're driving off. I got on my phone. I'm talking. And Mr. Cullen was like, yo, like, can you get off the phone? Like, that's kind of rude. And I'm like, what? I'm like, how am I being rude? Like, you know what I mean? I couldn't fathom what he was telling me at that point.
Yeah.
Now looking back, I get it.
Yeah.
Like, you know what I mean? Like, yo, we just did this thing together. You know what I mean? Got my teammates, colleagues, whatever you want, like our bandmates are in, like, you know, we could be talking about how was the performance? How can we do better? What did you think? Like, you know what I mean? There's so many things, or we could just keep it completely separate from the performance, but still bond. Like, you know what I mean? And I took it, I was like, yo, I was on the phone with somebody, like, you know what I mean? And it was just like, he told me to get off. And it was just like, at that point, like that's the closest thing. Cause I remember, I've never did it at like a restaurant or with family or whatever, but that's the first time when I was like called out, like, yo, that's rude. Like, get off the phone. And he wasn't mean or anything about it, but like he directly said, that is rude. And I was just like, I was blown away. I was like, what? Like, I remember saying, what? And I even looked back, I'm like, y'all think this is rude? They're like, nah, it's all good. But
yeah, I get it. Trust me, I get it. Yeah. But it's like we're all guilty of it now, though. But I see a lot of the younger kids nowadays, that's just what they do. Like, they'll just stand in the circle together all with their phones out. So it's like, why are you guys even standing together then?
Yeah.
Like, why are you guys even huddled up together if you're all just doing this? Yeah. It's crazy to me.
Give me a little bit of volume, because I'm going to hit a double Hadouken right now. To your point, that's something that you're going to have to teach your kids.
Yeah, but that's just it. To me, it's like that's just not their life with me. Like, they don't do it.
I get it.
Yeah.
But even understanding when you're out and about that you don't need to just be consumed on your phone. But here's the tricky part then. But then what is social acceptance? So there is so much to it where parents are going to have to be more hands-on, involved in their children's lives, right? Again, hence why I'm saying, go check this book out, man, if you're a parent. The second thing that I would add to that, though, is a core theme seems to be helicopter parenting. We've talked about it here often. It's a big conversation within the book, and in two aspects. One, they're saying that parents are too involved in the physical, with, all right, they're playing at the park, or where they going, how are they doing it, what are they eating, what are they making, blah, 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 right? And not as involved on the online side of things, where kids might need another level of protection and security and understanding. So that's another thing that's going to be a real thing to talk about. And I'm not even getting into the medical disorders and the other stuff that they talk about in here.
You're talking about an average Tuesday, Billy at the park, and then Billy comes home, he's on the computer.
Yeah. You might be like, he's good. He likes those video games. It's just a phase until it's not.
And
and
that's why we have school shooters, bro.
It's that's a part of it. So when you're saying, because of the cyberbullying thing, like, that's gonna grow. It's growing, you know, and hopefully not in that realm, but it's hard to not think that it is going to go that direction as it has already.
The frightening part to half of that stuff too is like, these people don't even have a face.
Yeah.
Like, these guys will be online playing video games with somebody in South Africa right now, and you don't even know what this guy looks like, bro. And he can be calling you all different type of stuff.
And you'll feel it.
Yo.
And you won't know how to dismiss that feeling.
Yeah.
But then...
And then you mature and you think that, like, the way you, like, feel these feels is the okay way to feel the feelings.
It's become your identity now.
Stuff.
Look what it's done to your confidence.
But then you take it to the next level now, catfishing. Like, it's not just limited to adolescent. You got grown folk falling for that shit.
Oh, absolutely.
Like, you know what I mean? And maybe they didn't get the schooling that they should have gotten in the adolescence or whatever. Or maybe they just fell for a good narrative. Who knows? Like, I'm just saying there's levels, and it's not limited. Basically, what I'm trying to say is it's not limited to adolescent. Grown folk can get swindled, finessed just as easy off the pure online, no face.
Yeah. I was just tying it into the book, right? Because it's more based on adolescence, but no, absolutely. For sure. Adults are gonna get scammed all the time, right?
Yeah.
And then the next part, to your point, all right, so they're with their friends, they're out, and they're all huddled up in their phones and their conversations and stuff like that. But how many parents do you see when they're parenting? But
huddled up.
You're just on your phone too.
Yeah.
And all right, cool. Oh yeah. Don't worry. Yeah, I got, like, whatever that is. So it's again, it's a good way. The reason I was saying if you were an adolescent, but after 2010, it's a good read for you too, to just understand what it's done to you right now, how dependent you are on social media or digital platforms or just other ways of consuming stuff online. But yeah, anyway, that's definitely the book. So we got our next meeting in the book club on Sunday, September 27th. If you guys are interested, join in. And honestly,
Sunday what?
Sunday, September 27th.
Yeah, are you planning for fourth quarter?
My bad. Thanks for the correction.
What?
Thanks for the
Where's
correction.
your head at?
Nah. April. My bad.
April 27th.
Yes, sir. Thank you for that correction. Good catch, my man.
This guy said it twice, though.
Yeah, I wrote it down. I don't even know.
What was the date? Sorry, what is September? What?
It's the 27th of April.
Yeah, but no, what's
Sunday,
the date that you
April
said?
27th. I said September instead of
September
April.
27th?
Yeah.
That's going to be a special day somehow, somewhere.
You know what?
Let's mark that down.
It's a Saturday. I like how you said that too. It's a Saturday.
That's my birthday weekend, right?
Is it?
Yeah.
Oh, look at that. Look at that. Maybe I'll get you this book for your birthday.
Just know we're getting litty that weekend, yo. 85 babies, yo. Shout out all my 85ers. Let me get the sound effect real quick.
That's a whole nother thing.
Only going up this year.
Well, the fact that you're turning 40.
Yeah, that part.
How do you feel about that?
Only going up this year.
We're doing that right now?
I don't know. I mean,
I don't know. I'm accepting it, man. I'm starting to realize that, like, this is 40.
I'm less than a month away.
I have one foot in the cool door and one foot in this guy is a lame-o, old, washed up, like, get out of here, bro. Like, you're done skiing.
You never felt that going into your 30s? You never, like...
Nah, I was outside, bro.
I don't know, for some reason...
Going into my 30s?
Yeah.
Into my... Like, it was turned up, bro. What are we talking about?
I don't know, man. For some reason, 30s seemed like a big round... Like, I don't know. It was more daunting to me.
Nah, man, I did that on road, yo.
Yeah, but still, I hear you, but I don't know. Like, something about 30 was just like, whereas 40 is worse than 30, and I'm all about it.
Yeah, honestly, sometimes when I think back, I go, mans are like, I lived that life, yo. Mans are outside from early. Like, I wasn't sit down in the Rex doing nothing, chilling. Like, I've been outside. Got my license when I was 16, up and down. First car when I was 16, up and down Toronto, east to west. Started traveling from being the man that went to Miami in 08. 08, we're in Miami, kicking it, chilling, just on some, like, we're just out here vibing type joints. Like Cuba, Bahamas, like, these are early ones, like, from way back in the day. Like, I was traveling. Like, I enjoyed life, bro.
So then why
Even going into 30, I bought my house.
Yeah.
Like,
so why would 40 seem like... If you've done all those things, like, you know what I mean? Why would 40 seem like...
Because I haven't really been outside like that. Like, mind you, part of my life had been messed up for a little bit. So, like, but I wasn't on the road the way I was back then. Yeah, I'm still outside a little bit, but my focus has changed. My intentions have changed. My life has changed.
That's actually an interesting answer. That makes a lot of sense, though. Like,
and the thing is, I think I oftentimes will sit back and appreciate some of it, but then it's like, promise you, like, there's days where, like, you guys show up and we're doing whatever, and it's like, yo, look what we built in 5 years at the same time.
Like what that answer reminds me of is this interview with Steve Harvey, where he's like, oh, in my 30s, I was cleaning up what I did in my 20s. In my 40s, I was cleaning up what I did in my 30s. And then in my 50s, now I'm really making money because I'm, done cleaning as much. I sort of look at it like that. And I can relate to a lot of it because, go ahead.
No, well, just in our own personal conversations, I know how up you were from back in the day.
Exactly.
To be like, yo, man, I was living life, bro. Like, I was outside. Like, are you nuts?
It is crazy to me. That's why I relate to a lot of the things that you're saying. Yo, I'm hitting.
These are some conversations we've had before, like personal conversations. But yeah,
for sure. So, and maybe this is more relatable to the guy that's been divorced right now. I'm divorced. I'm getting into like when I'm about to turn 30. I got the kid on the way. I'm on the way of purchasing my detached house. I'm married, and I'm like, this is what it's supposed to be. Like,
you're on cruise control now.
I think I'm good.
Yeah,
you know, I'm a manager on the way of becoming a director for my job, and everything seems like it's
going the way it's supposed to be.
You know what I mean?
Yeah, like mans are setting up to be like living good.
Yeah. Exactly. And then same thing when you're saying the traveling. I've already traveled the world at this point. I'm not eliminating that from my life. That's not the plan. Like I'm going to continue doing that. This guy's funny, but not entirely. But I get it. Yeah. That's when you guys need the Patreon.
Yo, I promise you, I was upstairs. So I was coming downstairs to use the washroom, right? Then I heard what you let off, and I went right back upstairs to the private washroom. You see it?
That's funny.
And then tutus. In my head, what I was thinking up there was the Patreon stuff, because we need to have that conversation. Because trust me,
there's a lot of conversations, and as a listener, I get at times it might be a little frustrating because we're vague with some of our answers, but put it in the comments if you want to know something.
And our Patreon is good.
Only going up this year.
Trust me, yo.
Exactly.
I'll divulge for the Patreon. Put it that way. I'll divulge for the Patreon.
So going back to, I guess we'll get that story of the first time you let it off in front of the wife on Patreon. Then,
since we're plugging, do you remember your point?
Yeah.
Don't forget. Yeah. But live show June 8th.
Yeah.
Mark it in your calendar. Save the date.
Yeah.
Links coming soon. But go ahead.
I look at 40 like completely different right now. I look at it as closing a huge chapter, and not just the 30s, but like everything that's gone on from like 35 to 40 specifically. But I mean, just so much to learn. And I feel young, yo. I feel super young right now. So I get I feel old, I'm lame or whatever. That's kind of what I was alluding to when, like, remember when millennials were the young guys?
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Mm-hmm. But like now there's a Gen Z out there full active.
It's weird.
It is. So now it's like
weirdos.
And that's why I was posing the question of like, yo, you're a parent to Gen Alpha. Yeah. You know what I mean? Some of you got Gen Zs, but I'm just saying for the most part it's Gen Alpha now, right? Mm-hmm. And first of all, that's a dope name.
Gen
Alpha.
Gen Alpha.
Yeah, that sounds dope. So they got a W there. But like the breed of who these people are going to be, I think it's going to be interesting, man. Like they're all going to look at it as old and all that stuff. The same way that you look at your parents.
Naturally.
Yeah, but we have an opportunity to be younger longer just because we're growing up with social media. And I think it's taken away what 40 once meant. So the saying goes 30 is the new 40, 40 is the new 50. Yeah. Like the media and real life TV programs where like the Real Housewives or whatever, they're all played up. These girls, some of these women are like in their 60s and they look good. So technology's made us change and more adaptable to whatever's new.
Yeah, my kids are gonna be stars. I promise you. They're gonna be wealthy stars,
depending or independent of daddy.
Both.
There you go.
I was gonna say, yeah.
Only going up this year.
Old and new money.
I don't know if this is a bad segue or not, but scamma of the week.
Terrible segue.
Hey, I don't know. We're going into the next break, so perfect time for get scamma of the week. No,
I'd say we take the break
and then come back with scamma of the week.
Sure.
Why don't you want to do it now?
The segue.
Like, why ask me if you're gonna like force it? So I just don't want to do it now.
This episode is brought to you by Body Ammo. More than a look, it's a lifestyle. Pick up some Body Ammo to protect your mind, body, and soul. Now, back to some more of SUP.
But when I come down, girl, I need you. When you say you love me, I believe.
Big up the brown boy from the Rex, yo. You know what I'm talking about?
You shouldn't have. Thank you.
The man we're doing Nav dirty here, bro. Nav, yo. His album dropped. On my way to Rexdale. I meant to bring it up last episode, but I never got a chance to go through the whole thing. So then I got a chance to go through the whole thing. There's 1-2 tracks on there still that I fuck with, yo.
You know what's crazy? I swear we talked about the cover art of this album, like...
Yeah, but then he changed it.
Oh.
Because it was supposed to come out from before. Then there was some delay with it. Never dropped it. How many months later? He changed up the cover and everything.
That makes a lot of sense.
I mean, maybe the track listing wasn't right. Who knows? I haven't seen any traffic in terms of him out here talking about the putting together the album, but he was on Kipling the other day too.
The Wendy's out there.
Handing out burgers at Wendy's. Remember that Wendy's on Kipling?
Yeah.
Nah,
it's still there. It's still there.
Yeah, I know that Wendy's was a thing still.
Yeah.
They even like it's almost like they reconstructed it too because remember it used to be that all brick.
Yeah.
Now they added up, they changed up the signs and stuff now too.
When I was out there on the route, yeah, it's well done up.
And they added a Wendy's up by 27 Albion.
Yeah, eh?
Yeah, you didn't even know that one, eh?
Bro.
The man put a Wendy's over there too. Your Rex still a step up in her life. 2 Wendy's on the ends, yo.
Only going up this year.
Are you a Wendy's man?
Yeah, I like their salads.
Salads. Who's going to Wendy's for salads, bro?
Yeah. Like when you're like, I want fast food,
bro?
but I want a healthy option. I would say their salads were the healthiest option.
I've heard that before. I'm just messing with you.
Actually, I know a lot of people that do.
Yeah, they say Wendy's salads.
I mean, it's an option on their menu for a reason. Just saying, like. Not to mention, they introduced that back in the day when McDonald's lost money for the first time.
Okay.
In their menu or whatever. But yeah, anyway, it's a whole nother conversation.
Nas got a 14-track album. It's only 36 minutes.
Wow.
A lot of these albums are like really short these days, bro.
They 45
minutes. The attention span nowadays, man.
You got to.
Of the 14, there's 5 of them that I'm rocking with still.
You went through the whole album? Yeah. I guess so. 36 minutes, yeah.
But of the 14, there's 5 that I'm listening to. A couple of them will be added to the one of these playlists, a few of these playlists. Any
Rexdale features?
No. Still waiting on those Rexdale features, bro. He's got Don Toliver and Playboy Cardi and Metro Boomin. And the Metro Boomin, I'm still looking at kind of, what are we on out here, bro?
Really?
We're supposed to be united.
Okay, from that perspective, I see what you're talking about.
Nah, I know. OVO, XO foolishness, bro. It's all about the SUP gang at the end of the day, yo.
Who do you think he needs to have a feature with from Rexdale other than Lazy Jaw? Go hit his button.
That part. What?
Only going up this year.
Were you gonna say what?
What did you say?
Did you say who I think you're gonna say?
Mr. Perfume.
Stop it, bro.
Yeah, but he's already burnt that bridge, no?
Final boss, last level, flat, last mission, last stage.
I got a perfume. It's my perfume. What do you got?
I got Thelonious. That's what I'm saying.
Yeah?
Okay. I mean, it's not the same lane, but you know when you just want to spitter, like, you know, you just want a Cole feature? That to me is the Cole. That's the Cole feature.
Mm-hmm. I see what you're saying.
You know what I mean?
I see exactly what you're saying. Yeah.
What, for you, no Lazy Jaw?
Yeah, for sure. The man said Lazy already. Big up Lazy.
He said excluding Lazy.
Only going up this year.
Lazy's like the Drake feature. Boy, I couldn't get applause or nothing like that. Like the man ever doing Lazy like that?
Speak your perspective, yo.
Only going up this year.
I would think that person would be Jelly.
That's what I was gonna say.
Silence can never be misquoted.
That's like the Maestro Fresh West of the Rex. Like that's putting like the OG like stamp, like politics aside, like you know what I mean, can smooth out whatever. That certifies. Yeah, I was thinking the same thing.
Huh. Say it again.
He did it for Pyrex.
Yeah.
Pyrex.
Yeah.
To answer your question.
That's who you're going with?
Yeah, man.
Yeah. With the Jelly thing, I wasn't even thinking about that because then you also have Infinite too. Because Infinite's another one
he's another one, but I think Jelly would hold more weight personally.
Yeah.
No disrespect to Infinite, but I think like just for the Rex stamp and to smooth out or pave the way for more Rex features, I would say it'd be Jelly.
How do you guys feel about the Rexdale pool right now? It seems like...
In terms of what? Like the pool of rappers or something?
Yeah, because like it doesn't seem like we got a lot to say right now. And that could be my lack of...
Yeah.
I can't speak on that.
Exactly.
You know what I mean?
So I could see that point of view, but is it just limited, period? Maybe more of a question for you, or is this like a calling? Maybe he's not putting anybody else on because like he doesn't feel like anyone deserves that.
Sorry? Who's not putting who on? You said
maybe he's not pulling anybody from the Rex because he doesn't feel like anyone deserves it. Could that be a like a thing, or is he just not plugged in? Or
like? I wonder if he's even like tapped in like that in the first place. But I don't see how you can't be, because there's a number of artists from Rexdale that have made a fair, decent amount of noise at this point.
Mm-hmm.
Like Pilla, shout out Pilla B, even though Pilla moved to Brampton from what I understand, but he is like from Rexdale originally. Yeah, big up Moolah, what he's doing, Pyrex, Thelonious.
All that.
Who else was I just thinking about, yo, from before? Yeah, even big up Lazy and his thing. Actually, I'm just going to my Rexdale playlist real quick, because I have those ones. Oh, Haji, that's what I was thinking about. Haji Basto. That's what was in my mind. Haji Basto, St. Jason, big you up, you're on my list here too.
Only going up this year.
I mean, there's like Lava's in trouble. He's sitting down inside, but Daru, he's got some tracks. They might not be as loud, but you know who? Taylor G. That's who. Taylor G. Female artist from the Rex. Yeah, and she's been buzzing. She's had a decent enough Toronto buzz that I think Nav should probably be like, yo, like,
yeah, let's do this.
I've been,
that's the person that I should sponsor right now to like.
Yeah, for sure. Yeah.
See, that's another thing. I'd be curious to know how many artists even think like that. To be like, all right, let me be responsible in introducing this next wave.
Yeah,
that could pop.
Just that one next tier, because that one next tier could help me build my team of my publicist, my stylist, whatever it is. Even that one level up, that one tier up move that you can introduce me to somebody. Even if it's just like somebody who's going to tap me in with a team of these people. And it's like, yo, here's the amount. I could even help you on the low, cut some of your costs here and there. It's like, I just want to see you grow at least to the next tier.
Yep.
I can't get you to the top level of the building, but I at least bring you to level 2.
Yeah.
Yeah. And then like just knowing that you're evolving now, and I'm not saying he's not doing this as enough. I'm just saying I wonder how many people think about this as rappers or producers. But now I'm evolving my business.
Oh, for sure.
So now instead of being the artist, I am on the back end watching the artist and helping them grow and develop and learning a whole nother side to the business.
Yeah.
You know? And that could become a whole nother wave.
I mean, it's been like, you see it been done.
Oh, for sure.
You could argue Birdman.
It's been the music industry.
Lil Wayne.
That's what
it's
day
about.
one. Yeah, this has been, exactly.
You know what I mean?
It's been the music industry.
Dr. Dre, Eminem,
Dre's
50,
probably the best example.
Game, I'd say he's the best example.
But at the same time, a lot of this is like, like all independent type movements nowadays for a lot of younger
for sure.
Well, yes,
but,
I know.
The logic.
But because the relationship is very important at the same time.
That's what it is.
A lot of these relationships alone will get you.
That's what it is.
Well, that, and then like, let's just break down what relationships mean. They mean additional assets in the form of marketing, branding, connections, rooms with keys that you otherwise would not walk through. You know what I mean?
Goes a long way.
Huge.
A long way.
As much as I hate the saying your net worth is your network, it can be sometimes.
Yeah.
It really can.
Oh, a lot of the time.
But to wrap up my feature artist of the week, it's been Nav, yo. I've been taking in some Nav. So anybody, especially if you're from the Rex, Toronto, worldwide, North America, America especially, yo. I know Nav has a lot of ATL ties, but yeah, go listen to some Nav, yo.
4-1 Rex.
Only going up this year.
Fashion. We're going to pull a card from our homie Spicy Confessions game. Find him on my Instagram at Spicy Confessions. You might Spicy Confessions, sorry. You might be able to link him on the low and he might give you one of these exclusives, yo. I'm pulling one of these cards. When do you guys want to pull them this week? Me? Anybody? Doesn't matter.
Let face
you guys
pull
trust
it.
me? Let face pull it.
Pause.
Whatever.
God damn.
Pick a card, any card. Make sure it's spicy. Damn it, you're going to like... It better not be sus. Oh, I gotta read it. You read it. Rex still gives, can't read out loud. Show them you got it, brother.
Only going up this year.
It's lame. Don't waste your time. It's not spicy enough.
Let's read it out loud so we know what we're passing on.
I feel like he might have a decent one.
What is it?
Yeah.
He's always the wild card.
What was the question? I'm just curious.
Run it.
Tell a confession about a time you looked through somene's phone.
Oh, yeah, no. All right.
Yeah,
Continue.
What, you ain't got one? You've never
I got
done
a
it?
bunch of those.
So what? None of them are good though?
Well, am I the only one going to be answering?
Nah. I got one. I found a dick pic before.
Of someone else?
Oh yeah,
Definitely wasn't mine. I've never sent one of those.
That's a pause. Whoa. Damn. Okay. How do I top that? Oh man.
Mind you, it could have been old, it could have been new. But to this day, I don't know. But I've definitely seen a dick pic in the phone before.
That's crazy. Mine would be, I guess one of the craziest things would be just a conversation of how this person is negatively talking about me in a group chat.
You stumbled on the group chat?
Yeah.
Who was the person?
An ex.
Yeah. And you stumbled on the group chat, or you stumbled on like screenshots of the group chat?
Oh, that's a good point. I don't remember now. I think it might have been a screenshot.
Because who added you to the group?
No, you said, have you gone through someone else?
Oh, sorry. Okay.
This guy doesn't even know the question. What are we doing now? Hit scam on yourself. Whose phone were you going through looking at these dick pics? She sent it to you? Yeah, I swear. Nah, I went through the phone. I'll be honest. I went through the phone. I don't remember if it was a screenshot in her chat or not, or if I just went to the group. I think I went to the group. And it's just like saying shit about how I would be. But in regards to this particular thing, it was calling me a pussy, basically. And I was just like, whoa.
Like in what context? Like
I don't fully remember because it was so long ago. I just remember that sticking on me more than anything else, where it's like, you would never say something like that to me.
My initial reaction was fitting, but continue.
Yeah. What do you mean? Well, like the whatever? The reality is, you put it on me. I don't remember any more details than that, but it was just like, yeah.
So how did you feel? Like, you were like, what?
I was kind of surprised because it was
fuck you up.
It was well, that you know what's crazy? Like, there's a bunch of shit that's crazy about this. Not even that, but like I never saw it coming. I never saw it coming. But you're in this group chat. It's not friends. You're talking to your family. Okay. So you're depicting this illustration of me to these people. Mm. So it's really speaking to who you are and what our relationship is. So how did I feel? I was shocked. I was just like, wow, like yo, you're whack. You're like super whack. Because I could say 100 things worse than that would actually be true, but I don't, because I have a filter. I know
really
well, to that degree, yeah. Like it's I think certain relationships are supposed to, like, when it's been like more than 5 years, I feel like there should be a certain you don't and you do. And this I just took for granted. Like, I just assumed this isn't conversation worthy. I thought it would just go without saying. But this is what you're saying? Like, oh yeah, it was disgusting. In any context, by the way. It doesn't even matter what the context is. But I don't remember it now. Maybe I gotta go look back up. No, I'm playing.
Not you got one?
Not off the top of my head. I'd have to get back to you.
You're too lie, yo. What, are you afraid to share?
Yeah, what are you afraid to share? This guy got he saw a dick pic. What was the context of that, by the way?
I can't top that.
You can't top that? The dick pic?
Definitely not.
But what's the context when you come across that? Whose phone are you going through? Like, what is this person to you?
A young lady I was talking to.
Yeah? And how do you end up going through her phone?
I think she left it in the car. Like, I was in the car, and she left it in the car.
No lock?
I don't remember. This is probably like before lock days, I think.
Remember those days?
Yeah.
But I don't want to divert. So you're like, I'm talking this thing. Let me just go through her phone real quick.
I don't remember what was going on.
Let me see if these hoes are loyal. And I guess she wasn't.
But I think, she had gone upstairs for something. And
You're
phone
quick
was
with
in
it,
a cup holder or some shit. Yeah, this was like, that's probably like 18, 19 maybe.
And it was your girl?
I was going to ask that next. Like,
Nah,
where?
Older than that? That's probably like 22.
All right, under 24.
Basically.
But what's your situation with this person at the time?
We were talking at that point then.
Okay, so nothing's happened. So whatever you see that.
It was like an off and on, like, hot, cold situation.
Like, have you murked it at that point? Do I have to change my word, murked? Because you guys always bring it up. All right, cool.
Why? No.
Yeah, good. It's not going nowhere. Yeah.
I would have.
Did that change your trajectory on how you were, quote unquote, pursuing her?
Yeah.
Was it bigger than yours?
That's gay. I don't know, that's like the biggest pause I think anybody should ever pause on here ever in life. Like, what is this guy on?
You know, if you're listening to this, you're totally thinking that we agree we need females on the fucking show.
That part, I'm like, even the questions you guys are already asking, I'm like, the fuck, like, what?
Yeah, how about we just don't ask anything? I mean, you got to make it entertaining, right?
Well, the truth, SB, is it was really me.
What the fuck? Yo, that was so good. I was not expecting that. Bro. I was not expecting that.
You needed that silent build up.
Oh man,
probably could have been for all I know.
All right, hit the chimes.
Well, perfect time to go into scam of the week.
I guess so. I mean, we just alluded to it right now.
Basically,
yeah.
What, you ain't got none? You've never been through a phone ever once in life?
No, I have. I just never. My ways of finding out shit are more.
Exactly. So it's like, I think that's what I'm saying. Because I feel like I already had a reason to go in there in the first place as to why I went in there. Because I'm definitely not just doing it willy-nilly for no reason. I'm not chilling randomly like once a week to go into my girl's phone.
Nah.
Trust me, I'd much rather not know. I'd rather just be ignorant to that shit and just not know, yo. I'd rather just not know.
I don't know about that part, but I'm not like...
I'll switch it up on you, though.
What are you going to say?
No, I was just going to say, going through a phone isn't something that pops in mind right away, but I could give it experience. So back in the day, I lost my phone, and I was with my ex, and she was, quote-unquote, kind enough to lend me her phone until I get a new phone. So I had her phone for about a week.
What?
Yeah,
and little did I know, she was talking to somebody, because when the dude called, he was confused who I was.
I'm like,
what?
Yeah, she sounds so sloppy, yo.
Bruh.
What?
I feel like she was
this other guy's got my number, and I'm handing you my phone.
You know that classroom at the end of the hall that only had like 5 students in it? Something tells me she was part of it. I'm confused.
Yeah, don't insult that group too much, because I had one of those classes too. Don't insult us. We're special too.
You know the ones that don't have the letter? They have the numbers, just the letters. You know everyone is like a 6B?
Shout out to all of them. We're on the other side of the spectrum.
Class 3A, and they were just like 3 digits. Like room 47, room 437 or something, bro. Bruh.
Man.
How could she just give you the phone?
I don't understand. I'm very confused.
I feel insulted being a part of that group that you just described and looking at this scenario.
How many years were you in that room?
I don't know. Multiple. And it was great.
I mean, isn't that the environment they're supposed to create?
Shout out Days. I don't even know what, I don't want to say his Govey name, man. I don't even know what you guys would know him as. I'll bring that up later. There's smart people in those groups.
This is horrible.
It's not horrible. It's only fair. And I feel offended that he's putting her in this group.
Nah, more times that's some behavioral bullshit, yo. You guys are just bad breed kids, yo.
All right, but go back to this guy.
You were that bad, yo?
It's a combination of things.
Yeah, eh?
It's not just behavioral. It's also learning style. It's also immigration. It's a lot of different things that they put into that one little group. Distraction, which is now ADHD, like that could be a part of it. Like there's a lot of things within that group, yo.
Yeah.
More times it was just the bad breed ones that just
that was a part of it too. But they also had a separate one.
Because I've seen some of them niggas wild out, bro. I'm talking like, you know, you tell the teacher to F off and you're in like grade 4, bro. It's like, yo, like that's how you move.
Yeah, but it's like, what's going on in your house for you to do that?
Yeah.
Right? We have all these labels and definitions now. Back then, you don't know if Buddy was getting touched up by his dad or what was going on.
Trust me, yo. But whatever.
I took it too far with that example. Fuck, my bad. Sorry to those kids.
Let me hit the Hadouken, yo.
Hadouken!
So what? You never found nothing spicy when you went through the phone?
Through the phone, no.
Yeah.
I'll flip it. Hit the Aduka. What's the worst thing someone has found going through your phone that you know of?
Oh.
Yeah.
This is
What? You said you did this already?
yeah. I think I know what you're talking about.
What, the phone call?
Yeah.
No, that's like that.
No, you're talking about a previous show, right? You're talking about this one, or you're talking about a previous show?
That don't count though. That was like another. Not
what are you guys talking about?
It's another example of stupidity.
You called, and then
someone called him, and like his phone was off.
Yeah, that's what you're talking about.
But he didn't answer. It answered, but yeah.
Yeah, but that's different. That's because somebody called you. Has somebody ever gone into your phone?
Yo, stay in the production lane, yo. This guy's getting too much airtime right now.
That's what he's asking. If somebody's gone into your phone and found something that they were like, yo, what the hell is this?
Yeah, the complete opposite of what we're talking about. What's the worst thing someone's gone through your phone, found, and told you about? Where you're like, oh, shit. And you're stumbling for an explanation.
Nothing.
I didn't get like a stumble.
I can respect that if you're trying to go with the whole...
Keep him busy.
Whoops. That one. Actually, keep him busy works too.
Yeah, no, but I mean, that leads to another conversation, but you can finish what you were saying.
I was just going to say, kind of similar to that, but definitely not that crazy. Thing I was talking to back in the day, she didn't have a phone. I had a phone. So she wanted to use my phone. So I let her use the phone. And I guess the same time she had the phone, the next thing was calling at the same time. Because she came, like, everything was fine. The day was great. Then she left. She took the phone. She came back on a different energy.
You could just feel the energy
right away.
Yeah. She's like, oh, by the way,
isn't that the worst
so called?
Yeah.
And I was just like, okay.
Did you answer?
No, because she dealt with the call.
I would ask, you didn't ask. I would ask, like, did you answer? Oh, she dealt with it? Oh, damn.
Yeah.
Define dealt with it.
No, because like, I didn't.
So she answered.
I'm trying to play it. She answered.
Yeah.
She answered. And I'm just trying to be like, okay, and like, but then she was just not having it. So I didn't inquire.
You didn't press to see what was said. What was said.
No. I'm trying to be like, nah, yo, that's soft. Like,
I'm
what
claiming
you
in this situation.
Yeah.
Like, whatever you said to her, all right, I can let that go. But I'm claiming you, so you get it off then.
Yeah.
Yeah, you should big up your chest now. But nah, they ain't bigging up their chest.
Nah. She wasn't having it.
But and that was the beginning of the end. You see how we rationalize these things in our head? Yeah. But to them, it's like, are you dumb?
Yeah. Perfect segue.
But how old are you at that point?
Oh, man. 17, 18?
Yeah, like what else do you got in your toolbox?
Yeah. Deny.
Yeah.
Ride that train, bro.
Yo, I can't think of one for me, to be honest, yo. Because I used to be very militant with my phone. Like
as you should be. Right, as you should be.
Because I'm thinking, a phone call, I'm not going to get a call. Like, what are the odds? Like, the stars, like, you know what I mean?
No, I'll give you a story. I can give you a story. I can give you a different story. Back in the day when we had the mic phones, I used to have different ringtones. Like, and the ringtones would be a song. I don't know if you remember this era when the man had the mics. Of
course.
So, like, we used to download music, like an actual song. Like it's playing a song on the radio type joint. And
yo, I know I come across as Gen Z sometimes, but I know what you're talking about.
All right. So I'm at a girl's house, right? And another girl was calling my phone, and it just kept ringing with her ringtone. I'm telling you, 9.99 times out of 10, maybe a 9.8, my phone is on vibrate. But for whatever reason, early morning, I'm sleeping at homegirl's house, phone starts ringing off. And homegirl calling back to back. Because the first time, you silence it.
Yeah.
And the first time it's like, you don't get it on the first rollover type joints. Like, it's going to ring out at least 2 times before I can hit the, kill it. So I kill it, and then you wait 30 seconds, and it called again. And based off of the song that was playing, it was kind of obvious who was calling.
You remember the tune?
Oh, for sure.
No. How do you not expect to remember that?
You want me to play it, or you want me to just sing it out?
Play it.
Because, boy, I used to get in some trouble, dog.
This guy's really going for that DJ title, eh? I used to DJ, guys. Look.
Bruh.
He's got a playlist for it. Never mind. Yo, you have a playlist for all your songs that you had as a ringtone?
Basically.
Ringtone playlist. Actually, there you go. Give me copyrights. Like 5%.
Respect to my
Boss, I'm from Shoestown to Rum, but you want to love the article candles. Hear me now. Yeah, man. Turn it up. Me love me money and thing. But most of all, me love me browning. Love me care, me love me bike, me love me money and thing. But most of all, me love me browning. Turn it up.
The worst, bro.
You're not getting away with that.
The worst. The way that was ringing off early in the morning, bro, one day. And homegirl was like, what?
Yeah.
Bruh. Sticky, dog. Sticky. But that was the song still.
So how did I...
Yo, honestly, dude, we have to save that entire story for another week, yo. I promise you. But Manzro here still back in the day on some bullshit. We leaving it there, SB, or you got something else to get to?
What do you mean? You want a story from me?
Yeah, you got one or no?
I got one. But it's like, did you guys ever date one of those people that you think should have moved on in life and became like a professional investigator?
Oh, like, yeah, I know the ones.
Like go through everything, tie all the dots. Like they got a picture of me in their bedroom on the top and like all these red wires chained into like who I could be associated with and like possible accomplices and like they got the whole chain.
Yo. And that's another reason why, because I was never on social media. I was never, so you can't tie me to nothing. If you had my number, you had my number, and my number never changed. But outside of that, no pictures on no platform, nowhere, no nothing.
At that point, though, your phone number was like social media. You know, the text messaging component.
When BlackBerry came with the conversations and the pinning and shit.
The pin.
Yeah.
So
that's what changed the game. You know, I was gonna say MSN, but BlackBerry made it portable for us.
Yeah, portable. That's the thing. No desktop. You didn't have to be
at home,
stationary at a certain time. You're 24/7.
And then the mics just made it more like I don't have to call you. And I just took that sound effect off the board. Speaking of which, yo.
So going back to this relationship at the time, it started off with like friends with benefits, and then like she fell for me. So now it's got to become whatever, right?
Yeah.
Well, I'm being honest. Like not the whole. Oh man, wrong button. Not the whole.
You're on a roll this week.
There we go. But it was like I just wanted that. Like I knew I'm not going to be loyal. I'm not interested in this. I'm pursuing a whole bunch of other things.
Is it ego?
It's not. No, not at all. It was that's just who I was at that point.
Fair enough. Yeah.
So, and I'm trying to stay consistent with my story so far at least. She now we're getting into that situation where it's evolving into like, all right, it's going to be a little bit more.
Yeah.
I'm not prepared for that.
Yeah.
And I'm lying. like okay, yeah, like I'm going to do this now.
Yeah.
Right? Saw the number. Started to notice that the name is popping up a little bit more than normal. Initially bought the whole story about, is this a friend or whatever? And then started to like investigate.
Ooh.
Yeah.
Why is this message at this time? Or why is this call at this time?
I've had that too.
Yeah.
I've had the phone sitting on the counter. You see the name pop up.
Yeah.
You don't see the time, my nigga? Like, what are we on out here?
Yeah.
Like, what? Who's that? Why they calling at this hour?
Yeah.
Yeah, I got those ones too, yo.
All of that. And then I guess it kind of related into your whole situation where they started having their own conversation on the side that I'm not privy to.
Oh, no, it's never gone that far.
Oh, it went that far. It was wild. And
And what'd you do? Just sit back and watch the whole thing? Pop some popcorn?
Nah, I couldn't. I was like the
Dan Corgan, real bad man.
I was the theme. So I had to pick because I had to pick.
It's one of those, eh?
Yeah.
And she still took you at the end of the day?
She took me, yo. Yeah. Only for it to fall apart later. But I mean, like, for that moment, she took me.
Did yours take you, speaking of which?
No, that was the beginning of the end, bro. Bro. And I was so mad because I would have chose her. And she was like, the one that was on the phone was like a dashway thing.
Damn, yo.
It was like, oh, man. But what's up, though?
Another one bites the dust.
Basically.
I guess that leads us right into our scammer of the week.
You got it.
SB, what we got, yo?
So disclaimer as always, do your own research. Because I might be a scammer too. All right?
That part.
Yeah. Having said that, all right, you got an emergency going on, right?
Shooting.
Anything. All right, you call 911.
All right.
You expect them to help you.
Yeah.
Yo, imagine you get like one of those your call is important to us, but we're experiencing higher call volumes right now.
But that's what it is these days anyways, though. That's what's happening across the board.
Or just a click.
Yeah.
Which in my world, they're kind of the same in an emergency situation. Yo, this Houston 911 operator just got arrested for doing that to more than 800 calls.
Wow. Yo. Oh, first off, why are they letting it that long?
I don't know.
How do you even pass 100? I mean,
you know what? Maybe she's
800. Yo, that's a wild number, bro.
All right, hold on. You just said something that blew my mind right now. You're like, how did it take them that long to catch on? I never read that far into it, but that's a great question.
Bro, that's a wild number, bro.
Maybe she's justified in her response and saying, yo, that's not an emergency. Like,
100 times,
you know what I mean? Because one of the ones that I read was basically a man called saying that his wife passed out and she doesn't have a pulse. And she just went click.
That's nuts, bro. Wow. Nah, bro. I'm finding you and I'm doing you dirty.
Basically.
That can't go on, yo.
But then, so the other 799 were not that, like, they weren't that
wild
at that level of an emergency.
That's the wild thing that people
a bit, just a bit.
I almost want to like investigate this scene a little bit more to be like, what's going on in her life for her to be like, click, click, click. You know, like, does she need some emergency?
Was in that special room.
I was just gonna, bro.
In that case, she might have a legit reason.
Yeah, that part, yo.
You know, mental health, man. Maybe she's going through an emergency. The emergency operator is going through an emergency.
How much time did she get, or she's got to face trial first?
That's a good question. Based on what I see, she was sentenced to 10 days in jail and 18 months of probation.
You're joking.
Are you serious?
You're
bro?
joking.
That's what I got right now.
Basically.
On both ends.
Oh, we're getting into it now. Layers.
Boy.
Is that a double or a triple entendre right there? Who's counting?
That special room at the end of the hall, yo.
Room 800.
You guys want one more?
No.
All right.
I'm not even gonna lie, yo. All
right. I think we'll wrap it up there for this week, yo. Yeah, be sure to hit us in the comments. Again, SB, what? June 8th? What's up, yo? Big it up.
It's the event
of the year.
It's our 800th episode. We're celebrating our 100th episode. We're gonna record it live.
Where's it happening?
Lounge Off 50. Yeah, it's definitely
on our way to Rexdale.
Correct.
That part, yo. Somebody tell Nav to show up.
Yeah, all that.
Lounge on 50.
You got it. Yeah. So that part, but yeah, we're gonna celebrate it with everybody. We're gonna make it a special episode. We're gonna get into the genesis of how a lot of this started, our specific points. And we got a couple of surprises for you guys too, man. It's gonna be one of those events that you should show up to.
Word on the street is food inclusive.
Food and liquor inclusive.
Liquor? What kind of liquor?
You'll get something.
Brown liquor?
Kind of liquor.
To be determined. Or to be announced.
We're not talking open bar here, though.
No. We're working on our sponsors.
But it comes, there are levels to this. So yeah, one of your tickets may come with a drink included. But I guess look out for the link and tickets on the way.
Correct.
But just mark the date, save the date for now, June 8th. It's a Sunday between the hours of what did we say? 3?
Yeah, we're not going to keep you super late.
Yeah.
We're not going to
keep
you super
late. It's a Sunday afternoon, yeah. Don't bring the kids, but come out after church.
Yeah, I know, right?
But before you go, be sure to hit us in the comments, yo. Hit the like, subscribe, and notification, all that good stuff. Be kind to your elders, and remember that life's only superpower is perspective. And until next week, this was another episode of Speak Your Perspective.